Alright. So, having done Quest for Glory 4 and then Quest for Glory 2, the logical next choice is, of course, Quest for Glory 5. And I've made some adjustments to my settings. I hope that my audio is less crackly and the video all works here. We'll find out. Please let me know how it's coming through. But I thought, hey Voyaging Moon, I thought we'd start off by watching the actual introduction, if it'll play. It did when I was testing, but things go wrong when they're live sometimes. Let's see.
Silmaria was a peaceful kingdom nestled among 100 islands, until the dragon came. The beast rose from its ancient lair and plunged the land into chaos. 7 pillars were raised and enchanted with spells from ancient scrolls. The pillars were placed throughout the kingdom. As each one rose, the dragon became weaker. This powerful enchantment drove the dragon into its lair. But remember, dragons live a long time, and once angered, they do not forget.
Hey Brainiac, you are correct.
Years of peace have come and gone, and most have forgotten the dragon's reign of terror. But there are those who do remember. And for one in particular, the past is seen as the key to the kingdom. I have seen a vision that the blood of a murdered man will break the ancient spell and free the dragon from its tomb. And as the pillars fall, dark fingers of evil will reach out across the land. King of Silmaria, and I do not have long to live. An assassin has been unleashed to kill me, and an army of evil terrorizes the countryside. Silmaria must have a new leader, and the dragon must be destroyed forever. Only a hero can save the kingdom. I pray one will come in time.
Hey Nat. God, I remember when that was so realistic and scary and intense. That was also back when this game took up an unfathomable amount of disk space, an entire gigabyte, you guys. Games could never possibly need to take up that much space. Could they? Alright. So we're gonna import a character here. And because I spent a great deal of time preparing my magic using Paladin, let's do that one. Alright, so my magic using Paladin is a badass, and consequently I can give him any stat I want here. I can't add to something that's 400, so it has to be a new stat. So let's become acrobatic. That's fun. And here we are.
So, dear boy, the reason Fenris and I brought you here is this. You are a hero. And so, in the grand tradition of all heroes, you need to go where you are most needed. That happens to be Silmaria at this moment. The former king was assassinated a short while back. We have no idea why this was done or even who did it. Thus, you were summoned. Silmaria needs a new king, and thus the right of rulership is about to begin. This right will determine the next ruler for the kingdom. We would like you to enter the right of rulership. It is the most likely way to find the villain behind the nefarious deeds going on in Silmaria. If you choose to accept this mission, you will need to go to the Hall of Kings to speak with Logos, the centaur who is in charge of Silmaria right now. You will enjoy Silmaria. I am certain you will meet some old friends and make new ones. This is an interesting city, and these are interesting times. I've arranged for you to stay at the most amusing inn in Silmaria. Would you like to go there now, or are you ready to head into danger?
Where would you like to go today? Danger or Silmaria? Let's just go to Silmaria. I often start in danger, but... Yeah, I did notice that. He says if you choose to accept this mission, but it's not like he actually asks you, do you accept this mission? Well, I'm going to need to be wearing these eventually, so I'm just going to go ahead and equip my armor and bring my magic right down, and my acrobatics right down. Okay, maybe I'll hold off on the armor, actually. Build those skills a bit. Also, I will go into the options and make sure that everything is set reasonably well. Yeah, okay. Let's say hi to these people.
Good to see you again. I, Signor Ferrari, welcome you to the arena of Silmaria. Here we are holding gladiatorial combats each evening for the next few weeks. You may come each evening to witness these displays of man's most brutal nature. It costs but 5 drachmas to observe the spectacle of combat. If you wish to do more than just observe, you may bet upon the outcome of such battles at the Dead Parrot Inn. However, I observe you're a man of action. Perhaps you would like to participate. There is a prize purse worth winning.
That's a good point, Brainiac. The lower the stat, the faster it grows does seem to be a thing. You can be sure nothing shady is going on here as Ferrari is running the place. Quite agreed, Voyaging Man. Quite agreed. Ferrari is a very trustworthy person. The second most trustworthy person I've met in Razir after
As always,
Adavis.
it is a pleasure to again be in your company. I am hoping to see you compete in this. It will be a pleasure to witness your skills in action. It is a fine place to observe the strengths and frailties of your opponents. I am presuming, of course, that you wish to participate in these barbaric and brutal acts of violence.
Kaveen versus Ugarte. Tough call. Tough.
The betting board in the Dead Parrot lists the champion for the week and the challengers for the winner's prize. You may bet 10 drachmas or more upon either. The odds will be affected directly by your bet.
Razir was full of trustworthy people, so I mean...
If you're a challenger in the competition, you can more than double the amount of your entry fee when you win. If you're a champion, you can triple your entry fee. Knowing your reputation, I assume that will be easy money for you to earn. You may enter the competition at the betting board in the Dead Parrot, as well as place your bets. We shall meet again soon, I hope.
Hey, dude.
What you want? I be Abdom. This place to fight or watch fight. Read board. Bortel fight. Go.
That guy is super informative. Yeah, I think I am going to put the armor on, given I'm not actively training these, but... Also, this game does away with any and all things in your inventory carrying over, aside from, obviously, I'm a paladin, I have a magic sword and shield corresponding to that. For some reason I have a tinderbox now, I didn't have that before, and fruit. And my money has been changed, so I don't have to go and find a money changer. So as to the state of the world, Nat,
You may enter the Hall of Kings now.
it's reasonable. The smoke in the air is not too bad these days. You know, the sky's blue most of the time.
Greetings, Prince of Shapir.
When it's not natural gray.
I am Logos, counselor to rulers and speaker of Silmaria. Welcome to the kingdom of Silmaria. I have heard much of you from your friends Erasmus and Rakish.
Greetings, my friend. It is good to know that you are here. This land needs a hero of your abilities.
I trust you understand why you were summoned here. The rites of rulership need one more entrant before it can begin. All other competitors are worthy individuals. However, I suspect that these rites will be more dangerous than they are intended.
We believe that the one or ones who assassinated the King of Silmaria will attempt to make certain the contestant they support will win.
You must understand that your life will be in grave danger from the moment you enter the rite of rulership. We will be doing everything we can to stop the assassin, but you need to be wary. Hero of the lands of Shapir, Tana, and Moldavia, will you enter the rites of rulership?
Well, I thrive on deadly peril. But first, hello,
It is
Logos.
an honor to meet you.
Tell me about yourself.
I am the speaker of Silmaria. I am the voice of the king and of the people. I will make certain that only the most worthy shall attain the rulership of this kingdom. That is my duty and my honor. Rakish and I have been friends for many years. When the king was assassinated, I contacted him through Erasmus for his wise counsel. Both Rakish and Erasmus mentioned you and spoke of your worthiness. The Rites of Rulership is a series of quests that will aid Silmaria. 5 individuals will compete to complete these quests. The one who accomplishes the most will be judged worthy to become king. To enter these rites, you must first contribute 1,000 drachmas to the rulership fund. This can be done at the Bank of Silmaria.
Your father, the Sultan of Shapir, was informed of this by myself and my wife, and has contributed 300 drachmas toward your entrance in the rites. Erasmus and I have each deposited another 100 drachmas.
I think the sort of the model for centaurs in modern media is like Chiron, who's the one exception to the general rule of centaurs being monsters, and isn't technically a centaur, just looks like a centaur. But I guess for whatever reason, centaurs is monstrous, not really so much a thing anymore. Yeah, I've some things to say about the UI in this game, but we'll wait until we're done with this conversation.
During the Rites of Rulership, all quests will be announced one at a time. Some rites can be fulfilled by only one person. Other rites cannot end until all contenders accomplish their assignment. A more detailed explanation of the rites will be given when the rites of rulership begin. We await your entry into the contest. The Bank of Silmaria is located in Town Square. The bank manager will be expecting you and explain the right fund. The Sultan Harun al-Rashid has sent a letter of recommendation about you. He says you would make a most splendid king, to use his words. He also sends you his blessing and trusts you will choose the future you wish to fulfill.
So before I decide to become king of this country, maybe I should learn a little bit about it, huh?
Our kingdom of Silmaria consists of the Isle of Merit and the outlying islands in the center of the Med Sea. The city of Silmaria was built upon the prime port of this island and is a thriving center of trade for the world. Merit is a large volcanic island that is said to have risen when Atlantis fell. It is mostly rock and seashore, rising steeply to the peaks of Mount Draconis. In the caldera of Draconis is the most inaccessible Lake Moray. The entire island of Merit is the base of Mount Draconis. Draconis is too steep to climb, and though there are trails that traverse this island, most of Merit is uninhabited, save for the isolated fishing villages along the coast. Lake Moray rests in the heart of Mount Draconis. It is said to be linked to the sea, for it rises and falls with the moods of the tides. However, few have seen the lake other than by magic. Draconis is unclimbable.
Thanks for dropping by, Nat.
Atlantis was a kingdom that sank beneath the sea in a disaster eons ago. It is said that the inhabitants were transformed into tritons and other sea creatures. The city of Silmaria is built on various levels. It was designed as a defensible fortress in the days when wars were more common. However, this city has been a center for peace and prosperity for generations. We have had no need for an army, and have none. Unfortunately, Merit has been invaded by Hesperian mercenaries. They have taken the outlying fishing villages. We do not have the force to drive them away.
When was your island invaded?
2 days after the king was assassinated. We do not presume this is a coincidence. However, Silmaria has the resources to withstand a siege, and has never in its history fallen to invasion. There are many small islands that surround Merit. They are mostly uninhabited, save by animals and monsters. A few of the larger islands are owned by the individuals that live there. Travel to some of the outer islands has become very dangerous lately. Many fishing boats have not returned, and reports of attacks by tritons and sea monsters are all too common. The sea is a very dangerous place. There are many fierce creatures that prey upon anyone foolish enough to swim far from shore. The Tritons are half-human, half-fish people who live under the sea. We have been at peace with their people for generations. We have no idea why they now turn against our fishermen. The assassin used a poison dagger to kill our king. The poison is very deadly and unknown to our healers. Unless an antidote is administered immediately, the victim is dead within a minute. Even with an antidote, unless the victim has a very hearty constitution, he will remain unconscious for weeks. We are trying to learn the exact nature of the poison in order to cure this.
The assassin of the king is a man skilled in stealth and the use of a poison dagger. A merchant was also presumed to be killed by the assassin, for his body was found by the docks, and he died from the same poison.
You have a wide range of experiences to draw upon from your past. It should serve you well in Silmaria.
Sometimes I really wonder how the telling about yourself works in verse. Like, do I really just go around saying, have I mentioned I'm a hero?
We will be pleased and proud to have such a worthy hero contesting to become our leader.
And note, agree to enter the rites is an option. Refuse to enter the rites is not an option. One could skip the agree part, I suppose. But it's very...
I shall see you again when the rites of rulership begin. May Tyche, goddess of good fortune, smile upon you.
Let's talk to Rakesh.
It is a pleasure to see you again. I can think of none I would rather have by my side in times of danger than you, dear friend. I am well and fine, my friend. We can speak later of these matters and of old times. You will find me during the day basking in the sunshine near the arena, on the other side of Nob Hill from here. Logos and I first met in Thebes, when he was a young scholar and I was just earning my warrior rank.
I had journeyed there to study the riddles of the Sphinx. I mistook Rakesh for a Sphinx when we first met.
When he contacted me about the assassination and the invasion, I had a bad sense that things were even worse than they appeared. Thus, I came here. The rights of rulership are a wise and honorable way to choose a leader. The very quests will strengthen the kingdom and allow Logos to judge who will be worthy enough to be king of Silmaria.
You tell how you freed the soul of the wizardess Irana from the darkness of Avuzul in Mordavia. Remember that? I did that.
I sorrow to learn that Irana is truly dead. She was a paladin in all but name, and the world has lost a great goodness. I rejoice, though, that her soul is free. Thank you for your words.
So, what do you know about Silmaria?
Silmaria is a lovely city. I have visited Logos here before these tragic occurrences. It reminds me of my homeland, Tarna. You should take some time to explore and enjoy yourself while you are here.
You mean before I settle down to rule it for the rest of my life?
I will see you soon, my friend.
Okay. So I was going to say something about the UI. So things I like about Quest for Glory 5's interface are the everything is either that there are two icons, the walk interact one and the look. The arena is huge and impressive. It obviously holds a lot of sports fans. Your Liontar friend Rakesh, once the king of Tarna, walks with a pronounced limp from his battle against the demon. Still, he looks ready to fight again whenever he may be needed. And that the system of the many icons is much more complicated.
Greetings, my friend. I sense that your adventures in Mordavia have altered you. You seem more mature and wise, but there is some sorrow in your soul. The price for being a hero is sometimes costly. Take some time to relax and enjoy yourself in Silmaria. I do not believe there will be any great disasters until the rites of rulership begin. Once they do start, you will have need of all your skills to determine the truth behind what goes on here. That reminds me, you left a few things behind when you were summoned away from us in Tarna. I have brought Soulforge, the paladin sword that I gave you when you took oath as a paladin. However, I sense you have another paladin sword, the equal of Soulforge. If you do not object, I will keep Soulforge. I may have need of it in Silmaria. I will return the sapphire pin you always wore. I could sense the magic of friendship which it contains.
Combining the two dialogue menus, I like that.
I am honored to see you again, my dear friend.
much easier to say hello to people first when it's the first thing on the menu you get when you click on them, rather than having to click on yourself. How you
I
doing,
was
Rakesh?
summoned here by my son Chakra, who has made this island his home. We are a long way from Tarna. My life mate Krisha will be pleased to learn that you are well, and now in Silmaria.
I'm not sure you need to be a Kata friend specifically to see the pin. I think you might just need to be a friend to the owner of the pin. It's a little... Oh, that would produce an interesting question where if you did have to be a friend to the Kata and you secretly weren't, you could have an Emperor's New Clothes situation.
Tarna's enjoying the peace you brought to our land. Your friends Yesufu and Yahari are married now, and Uhura's child grows strong and proud like his mother. You are missed there. Krisha has a new apprentice she is instructing in the magical arts, or she would have joined us here. She said there is a strong magic surrounding this island. I suggest you speak with Chakra about that. Chakra has his own magic shop in the town square, and I am staying with him there. It has been a while since I had last seen him, and he has grown much. There are too few paladins in this world, my friend. The path of selfless goodness is difficult to travel. Hold in your heart the truths for which we stand. We bring peace where there is war. We must show mercy to our defeated enemies. We fight for justice rather than revenge. Let your sword be guided by your wisdom, and your actions guided by your heart.
Yes. Let's talk about this. Ask about truth is an odd construction, but
I believe that much of the problems in Silmaria are masking a greater evil. Too many things have happened recently. The assassination, the invasion, sea folk declaring war. I am certain they are tied in some way. Silmaria needs a ring of truth to uncover the lies that hide here.
you don't say. What's that?
The ring of truth is a magical device that only a paladin can make, or so I have been told. I have never made one myself. I know of it from the paladin who first gave me a sword and set me upon the path of righteousness. A ring of truth is made from the ring of a true king. It must be forged in the blood of a dragon and consecrated by the blood of a paladin. Lastly, it must be tempered by the waters of binding. When these things have been completed, then shall a ring of truth be made. When a lie is spoken in its presence, it will glow. By this, you can prove the guilt of one who would deceive you. I fear that Silmaria will need this ring to banish the falsehoods. The island of Merit has been invaded by an army of Hesperian mercenaries. Silmaria has no army, and while the city is well defended, the island was not. If you travel beyond the city gates, you may encounter those fierce warriors. I arrived not long after King Justinian had been killed by the assassin. Judging from the evidence, the assassin has the skills of a thief, for he scaled several walls and avoided many guards. Chakra says that magic was used also, but he does not believe that the assassin is a spellcaster. The poison the assassin used is deadly. It is death to any who are touched by it, unless an antidote is given within seconds. Even then, the poison cannot be cured, and only the strongest will survive the coma it brings.
Now I feel like the within a minute and seconds thing might be a bit of a mistake, given that if we watch the in-game clock here, we can see that minutes go by pretty fast.
For several months now, the ships of Silmaria have been under attack by the Tritons, the half-men, half-fish sea folk. Fishing and sea trade with other kingdoms have ceased. Merit has been virtually isolated from the outside world, except for magic. The Centaur and I have remained good friends over the years. He is a wise counsel and has guided 2 kings in Silmaria. He will soon guide a 3rd when the rites of rulership are over.
The way you know that Logos isn't the bad guy is that he's not called a vizier, despite that being his job. A UI note here, I do like that things you have already, where there aren't any new dialogue options, are in yellow.
King Justinian was a good ruler for this land. He ruled for almost 20 years, and Silmaria has flourished. The rights of rulership are a series of quests to prove the worth of those who would be king. The quests vary, depending upon the needs of the kingdom. Logos and I will be determining what those rights shall be.
So, you want to know what I've been up to since the last time we hung out?
It grieves me to learn of Irana's death, but at least her soul is free. She was a wizard with the soul of a paladin, and she brought kindness and joy to the world. It was good that you were there to give her peace. If you decide to pursue the truth, speak to Logos about the King's Ring. You should be able to get into the Hall of Kings by telling the guards that I sent you. Go with honor, my friend.
Always, but first, let's head back over here and check this out. Carefully studying this contraption, you are certain that magic was used to create this area. Even the pillars have a strangeness about them. Does this work? Yep.
He that wishes to pass through me first must answer questions 3. What is your name? What is your quest? What is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is, of course, to respect great wizards and fulfill their every desire.
You are correct. You may pass.
Yeah, Rakesh doesn't care about the banishing of Uzel and saving the entire world. My danger sense is tingling here. But it says, other than a slight dizziness at the height and the potential for falling, there isn't any real danger here. Now, as I do have magic, let's pop in and see Erasmus. Hi, Kalantaris? Yep, magic using Paladin here. It's actually the same character I was playing in
Greetings,
2.
my friend. It is so nice to see you.
Though I changed the name. How do the dragon door opening things close the doors? It's magic, okay?
Since all the trouble started in Silmaria, people have been leaving like rats deserting a ship.
Hey, I resent that remark. It promotes negative stereotypes of my racial species. I am a member of Rabid. Rodents Against Boring Idiosyncratic Discrimination. Our slogan is, rat is where it's at.
You tell him, Fenris.
The rights of rulership are a series of quests designed to determine the next king of Silmaria. Interesting custom, really.
He who quests with zest and bests the rest will own the throne for his home.
Okay. This is the big reason to come here, of course.
Would you like to hear a joke? I'm always happy to tell one. What style is Baba Yaga's handwriting?
I didn't know she could write.
Of course she can. She uses cursive.
Shh.
Leaving so soon? Farewell, my friend, and I hope you will enter the right of rulership.
Gotta go, hero? Don't be late for your date with fate, mate.
Kind of like to talk to Fenris, but he is apparently having too much fun teleporting around. Now there's a... There's a specific reason I want to... Yeah, I'm not much of a one for speedrunning. I'm all about taking advantage of the things that let me say stat grind, but
Hi again. The boss decided to show off for you. Follow me, and I'll show you around.
sure. But I have seen that speedrunning strategy.
here!
It's impressive. That's very cool.
Greetings to you again. I just wanted to make a grand entrance for once. Impressive, wasn't it?
That entrance had to be seen to be disbelieved.
Hi, Erasmus.
Always a pleasure to see you, dear boy. I hope you have been having a good time in Silmaria. Plenty of things to do there, after all. All those merchants.
No, I haven't seen
Shop
him
till
yet.
you drop and buy till you cry?
Oh, they aren't that expensive. This is my winter home here in Silmaria. I have trouble working my magic when it's too cold.
Yeah. No way he'll stay in Spielberg this time of year. He's a madman. Talking behind my back in front of me again, huh? What am I, gefilte fish?
Fenris is quite a skilled wizard in his own right. He's a master of arcane arts from Mythcatonic U.
Dangerous place for rats. Right next door was Catatonic U.
It could have been a real catastrophe.
Maybe he'd do better in the cold if he'd put on pants. Hey, he's a wizard, okay? Wizards don't wear pants.
For years, the kingdom of Silmaria has been a peaceful place for my winter home. I don't generally get involved in things. When you are as powerful as I, you know, it is better not to meddle in the affairs of others.
In what sort of affairs do you like to meddle?
How about another joke?
Did you hear about the man who didn't pay his exorcist on time?
His skeletons came out of the closet and the ghost played hostess?
No. When he didn't pay his exorcist, he was repossessed. Repossessed! Get it?
I'd rather I didn't.
I'm pretty sure these games had a permanent effect on my sense of humor.
Oh, yes, of course. Here, take this scroll. You will now have the Scroll of Whirlwind. It's a wonderful spell.
Yeah, it'll really blow you away.
I learned the hard way that the whirlwind spell is easy to miss, so
Have a good time doing all those hero sort of things.
And if you can't be good, be careful.
I think Erasmus is actually the familiar. Though, of course, even the creators do not agree on that point. Things I... Oh, hi. CypherX Shiz. I mean, it is a classic game. One of the very classic things about it is, of course, the 3D, which, well, actually, let's go to the Hall of Kings and see about the Ring of Truth business. Rakesh sent
Logos
me.
is expecting you. You may enter.
Oh, hey, Rakesh, there you are.
We are honored to have another Paladin in our city. Rakesh has spoken of your deeds in Tana and Shapir. You have truly earned the title.
I have a sense of underlying danger in Silmaria. I believe that the aid of the Prince of Sharpir will be necessary here. I also have a premonition that we will have need for a Ring of Truth.
A ring of truth? I thought those existed only in folk tales.
They are rare, and only a paladin can make one. It requires 4 parts. The ring of a rightful ruler, forged in the blood of the earth, purified by the blood of a paladin, and bathed in the waters of binding.
The ring seems impossible. Where does one find Earth's blood or water of binding?
Those answers are the essence of the quest. My friend, will you strive to create a Ring of Truth?
I'd like to point out, he said something different. He didn't say the blood of the earth, he said blood of a dragon when he was telling me about it.
Thank you for accepting this quest. It will be dangerous, I am certain. First, though, we will need a king's ring.
I do wear the ring from Justinian, the last king of Silmaria. It was not forged in the blood of the earth, though.
The ring can be reforged. Logos, I really believe that this will aid Silmaria.
Very well. I give you the ring of Justinian. You now bear the king's ring. I wish you luck with it.
You will need luck, my friend, and all the wisdom and valor that lies within you. Farewell.
Yeah, I mean, Earth, Dragon. Dragon, Earth, they're interchangeable. You can substitute dragons for Earth. I do that all the time. So we have not yet made it out of the very first zone here, and we won't until I read the notice board here. Current events. Notes about the rights of rulership, which shall begin when 5 or more contestants have entered. This is a very exciting sort of newspaper. Under island news, the fishermen and bees are fleeing the fishing villages. Fishing villages of Marit have been deserted by the fishermen. Fishing boats have been attacked by Hesperian mercenaries, and the fishermen feared their villages would be attacked next. Honeybees have also been deserting their hives. This is considered by many to be a very bad omen. Rights of rulership. Silmaria wants you! If you have courage, moral strength, and leadership skills, you may have what Silmaria needs in a king. Enter the rights of rulership for 1,000 drachmas and compete to prove your worth as next leader of Silmaria. And last, but not least, I suppose, Marit mourns her king. The kingdom of Silmaria is still shocked and in mourning for the assassination of our beloved king Justinian. May he rest peacefully in the Elysian fields of Hades. Whew! And guess what? We are finally in the city! The large doors on the bank building suggest that one enters here. The bank is the most impressive edifice. Well, I do need to go to the bank. However, it is apparently too late. Spent too much time wandering around talking to people. So let's wander around to talk to people.
Greetings, wanderer from afar. Welcome to the sea sands and shores of Silmaria. I am Sarah, a cutter merchant of jewelry and gifts. How may I aid you on your journey?
Yes, we're in the interesting zone where it turned dusk after I entered the screen, so everyone who works in the square is still here. But the buildings are closed. So, hello, Sarah.
Welcome again, and thrice more welcome. You have the manners of one who earns the respect of all around you.
I just said hi. Wow.
We are the children of the desert sands, traders and merchants to 1,000 lands. My mate, Marak the food seller, and my daughter, Sala, the maker of music, have come to this land of water and waves to make our fortune.
Let's find out more about the family.
My life mate, Marak, sells food from a cart. He is on the other side of this plaza. Sala is still but a kitten, but she has talent and the will to become a highly skilled musician someday. Perhaps soon she will be invited to perform somewhere other than the streets of Silmaria. However, she is shy and doesn't speak except with her music.
Yeah, I think some things change at 5 o'clock, and some things change at 6. There's a kind of a rolling schedule of when evening things start in Silmaria.
I am the seller of jewelry and baubles to please the eye and enhance the beauty of the wearer.
This will be important. I need to look my best while I'm, out fighting monsters.
I am most well, kind sir. I hope that I may be of service to you always. This is a beautiful city, although there is too much water for the desert fur of Akata. This is the town square, where the merchants have shops and stands. There is word said that a hero has been summoned to this land to drive away the invaders and restore the peace of Silmaria. The countryside has been overwhelmed with an army of outsiders. The city may be attacked at any time. That is why the city is so empty. Most of the people and visitors have gone elsewhere.
Did I mention I've totally saved the Kata's homeland?
So, you are the Prince of Shapir. You are a great hero of our homeland. I am most honored to speak with you, Kata friend. May you find in this land the heart's content which you seek.
Not buying any jewelry right now. Let's come over here. Hello.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. It is always a pleasure to meet someone new. Welcome to Silmaria. I am Wolfie, an artist, an artisan of Grecian urns and amphoria.
It's an interesting pronunciation there.
It is most genuinely a pleasure to be seeing you. My tail wags very fast. An amphora is a Grecian urn. It is used to carry liquids of all varieties. Are we speaking union or non-union?
Obligatory. What's a Grecian urn? And I should have said it to really have the effect.
Silmaria is a very fine city, yes indeed. This is the best place to buy many things in this town square. You can meet many people here as well. Some of them will be so kind as to not pick your pocket as they walk by. At the docks you can rent a boat and take a pleasant sea voyage. It is most fun, as long as you do not drown or get attacked by the sea people. I am not much up at Nob Hill, except daily to read the notices and to keep informed of many things that go on in this city. It is how I know the assassin has been killing people on the streets of Silmaria. I have even made a visit to the Guild of the Adventurers in the west part of town, even though I am not an adventurer. The guildmaster there is most impressive. If he came where I came from, he would be sacred. I think you will be very happy in Silmaria. It is a very good place to be, even if the city is soon to be overrun with foreign soldiers and destroyed economically by war with the sea people. Oh, you must be very careful of the monsters, thieves, and the assassins here too. All in all, you will find Silmaria to be most exciting.
I love his optimism.
It is said that the countryside is overrun by the invaders from the north. Soon they will be knocking at our gates and asking to take over the kingdom, I am thinking. The sea people have been attacking many of the ships that sail to and from our harbor. The lives of many fish have been spared, for the fishermen have left this island. It is just as well, for they lost their homes to the soldiers. This was once a very fine place for thieves. There was not a day gone by when I did not admire how a thief had taken something before my eyes without me seeing him. Most of them are gone away right now. I have heard that these thieves are off searching for an ebony raven. This is most curious, for I have seen such a bird flying over the city. You would think that they would look up there for it first.
I love Wolfie.
The king of Silmaria was killed by an assassin, or so it is said. There is another person that the assassin has murdered, if the rumor is to be true. It is a wonder if we are not all killed by him. You wish to know more about me? I am only an artist, trying to make a living by selling what crafts that I can. I come from the lands of Punjabi, where my people the Canines live. I am skilled at making art with clay or paint. If you have need of something made or painted, then I would be most happy to be doing it for you.
Tell
I
me
am
about
making
art.
these amphora and pots to sell for the people. I am also making nice maps for people to get lost with. Most of all, I am painting fine pictures that never sell. Tailors do make very good paintbrushes if you are lucky enough to have one. My people are cunning and clever, I am thinking. There is not a one of us who does not make very much money by working all the time. In this way, we do not find the time to spend the money we make. Punjabi is lying to the east of here by many, many miles. It is in the land of India. Someday I hope to sell enough to be making my way back to there. At times I am most homesick.
Have I mentioned I'm a hero?
Oh my goodness, you are certainly a hero. This is very good, because it is that Silmaria could use your help, I am thinking. As they would say in the lands I have come from, Namaste. This means greetings to you, and I am hoping much to see you again.
Him I will buy some stuff from. Let's go for... quite a large number of amphora. You can never have too many amphora, right?
That is a very good offer, but it is not enough for me to accept. Perhaps you will... Now we seem to be getting forward movement here. This is very, very good.
And map. For getting lost with.
That is a very good offer, but it is not enough. Now we seem to be getting forward movement. Very good, very good. This is very, very good. We have made an agreement.
And sure, I'll buy a painting.
That is a very good offer, but it is not... Now we seem to be getting forward. Very good, very... I have told you how much I want, and I shall not take any... This is very, very good. We have made an agreement which we both agree upon.
As opposed to an agreement which only one of us agreed upon, which would be less pleasant, to be sure. Now over here...
Welcome, welcome, stranger. I am Marak, and this is my stand of food. If you find yourself suffering from the pangs of hunger, or desire just a snack to brighten your day, you have come to the proper place. May I aid you in any way? Just let me know, for I am at your service.
Hi, Marak.
I am well and fine, thank you. It is a beautiful day, is it not?
Well, it's kind of an evening now, but sure.
This city can be confusing to those new here. Silmaria has 4 plazas. This is the town center and the place of merchants. Above us is the plaza called Nob Hill. There are 2 paths that lead downward from this plaza. One will take you to the docks, the other to the westmost gates of the town.
I'm going to skip some of this. I'm realizing that part of the reason that this is seeming to take so much longer in-game than I'm used to is because time, of course, passes when you're talking to people, and usually I skip most of the dialogue.
Ah, I have foods of all types to delight the taste. From savory to sweet, I have something that is unique. The island of Marit is usually very popular this time of year. Unfortunately, the death of the king and the invasion have driven many away. I am Marak, a kata from the land of Razir, desert birthplace of my people. My family and I have journeyed afar to serve one and all with such pleasures that they might fancy.
Now, in the dialogue, it spells Razir the official correct way, but if you notice, in the menu, it spells it IE, which isn't a commonly accepted alternate spelling.
My mate and beloved is Sara, maker of gifts who has a stand on the other side of the plaza. My darling daughter is a fine musician and shares her love of music with all who have ears. My family and I sell joys for the ear and the taste and the eye. My wares treat the mouth to a variety of sensory experiences from this region and beyond. We Kata are a desert people from the lands to the east. We are traders and merchants to the world. Several years ago, my people were driven from our homeland and scattered with the winds by a most evil man who usurped the throne of Razir from its rightful emir. I have heard word that my homeland has been freed by a hero, and the land is now ruled by a wise and gracious woman. One day my family and I shall all return to the desert lands once more.
Hero, you say? Who could that be?
It has been said that a mighty hero was brought to the desert lands by my people. He defeated the foul wizard that drove away the Kata. The hero is said to be a most kind and brave man.
Go on. And who's this? I know who this woman is.
The new ruler of Razir is the daughter of the old emir. She proved herself to be resourceful and wise, and welcomes my people home. Her name is Zaisha.
I remember her. I gave her my clothes once.
So, you are a friend of my people? It is an honor to meet such a hero. You are already a part of Kata stories and history.
Well,
it is a pleasure to meet you, and I hope that I may aid you in any way that I can.
Let's buy a few things. Let's start with a significant amount of fruit because it's cheap.
May your mouth be charmed by the taste of it.
And,
May your mouth... May your mouth... Forgive me, but I must feed my family upon my profits. Perhaps you are willing to pay this for such a delight. That is very good. We...
Just buy some of everything.
May your mouth be...
So, to recap, that's 1 hero, 1 artichoke pizza, 2 pepperoni pizza, 1 box of chocolates. I'm going to take a moment to tidy up my inventory bar here. The other thing that has changed is that my whole spell inventory is connected to my regular inventory, and that's interesting. I did not have Lightning Ball previously because it's actually not available to Paladins in 3, but now I do. Pull down protection. Oh yes, they all have sound effects and visuals associated. Frostbite. Yeah. And I presume I can't go into any of the shops here, so I'll continue down to the docks. At first glance, this building looks like a fortress, its windows heavily barred. Then you observe the quality and opulence of its construction befits a small palace. You suspect someone with a lot of money built this atypical inn.
Dead parrot is open.
Open, is it? Well, okay. In we go. Hello, Ferrari.
You've made quite a name for yourself, haven't you? It'll be interesting to see what you can do for Silmaria. Rumor has it that you could be her next king. I am the owner of this dead parrot inn. I'm a man of vast influence, and I'm certain we should get to know each other better. It is always a pleasure to meet old friends in new places, is it not?
It's much bigger on the inside than the outside. That is true. But after all, Ferrari does have a lot of money. He probably paid a wizard or something.
I was forced to leave Rasir not long after you did. When the Sultan of Shapir took the city over, he did not approve of the way I did business. The Dead Parrot Inn is an oasis in this dreary little kingdom. It is a place to relax, refresh yourself from your busy day. If you are skilled, you can earn some money at the Wheel of Fortune. If you are lucky, you can make some real money betting on the combat held each night at the arena. If you are very, very skilled, you can make even more money by fighting in the arena and backing your winnings with a few well-placed bets. All in all, you will find plenty to amuse yourself here at the Dead Parrot.
Notice every single thing that he proposed involved the spending of money. I mean, earning of money.
Silmaria reminds me of Rasir when Ardavis first took over. The warning signs are there that things will get worse here before they get better. How fortunate for Silmaria that you are here. Ugarte has his uses.
I am a businessman, and I've always had my sources for information. If you need to know something, I'm certain I can find out what you want to know. For a modest fee, of course.
It is good to see you again. I'm quite certain that we'll be seeing more of one another in the future.
Hi, Ugarte. Glad to see you survived getting arrested dramatically in Razir.
It is good to see you again. We parted the last time under most unfortunate circumstances. I was afraid I would not see you or anything else again. Fortunately, I got lucky. I am doing rather well for myself here in Silmaria. There are many things which I know that others want to know as well. Silmaria has her little secrets, and I make a point of finding them. This island is not the pretty little resort it seems to be. There are many dangers for the unwary here. You wish to know rumors? I make a living from selling rumors. However, since we are such old friends, I will be happy to share a little of my knowledge with you. There is talk that there will soon be an invasion of this island. Already, many people have left. I will be happy to provide letters of transit should you care to leave here too.
That's the big, exciting, secret news that Ugarte has.
Farewell, my friend. If you have any need of my services in the future, you can usually find me here at the inn.
Talk to this guy. Hi, dude.
A right pleasure it is to be meeting you, mate. I be Orestes, a retired seaman, as it were.
What can you tell me about this place?
This be a fine place to be, stranger. You'll like it here.
And any juicy gossip?
Rumors is it you want to be known? Well, matey, dead men tell no tales, nor do I. Be seeing you around, I be sure.
I skipped talking to the ladies at the bar. But I will talk to this weird dude. You feel a distinct prickling on the nape of your neck as though something wicked is near. This man's features are concealed beneath his short cloak, though you cannot see his face. You feel his eyes glaring at you. The man acknowledges you with a grim smile that has no trace of humor. He doesn't seem too friendly or willing to talk. But what's this? Some weird... Why, it's a ghost! As far as I can determine, there is never anything interesting about the ghost beyond, you know. So this is the betting board for the arena, and I'm going to go ahead and challenge the champ. If I can afford to. Yeah, you do not have enough cash in your backpack, so the drachmas have been automatically withdrawn from your savings account at the bank. The dead parrot loves to let you spend your money. This means that I will have to remember to actually go to the arena on day 5. Fortunately, the numbering of the days of the betting board coincides with the numbering of days that the game uses to track the passage of time. Okay, now I think I'd better head up here. You see a sign on the door that indicates that this is the Adventurers Guild. You recall the many guilds you've been in with pleasure. They seem like homes away from home. However, since it is night, it is, of course, closed.
Hello, sailor. I'm Anagramma, Gnome Anne, and this is my land inn.
No Man's Land Inn. Hello.
California, or whatever it is they say around here.
That would be Calimera, but close enough.
Want to get to know me a little better? I'd sure like to get to know you. I came all the way from Zurich to make this little bed and breakfast in winterless wonderland. And what happens? No tourists. That's the way my life goes.
Tell me about this inn.
This seemed like a good deal. I got a good loan from the other innkeeper in town. Nice guy, if a little chubby. As my first and only customer, I'll let you have the best room in the joint.
The other innkeeper in town, you say?
I don't know much about Silmaria, because I've only been here a short time. I'm always in and never out.
So let me tell you who I am.
Oh, so you're the guy the chatting rat made arrangements for. Cheesed to meet you. Your room's paid up through the month. Yours is the first door at the top of the stairs. All the comforts of Gnome, including gnome-cooked meals. I'll be seeing you.
Meals, you say?
Today's special is something I think you'll really love. Well, maybe not love exactly. More like, well, you'll find it interesting. It's garlic smashed potatoes and pistachio cream. Tessie was making baked potatoes and ice cream for dessert, but Tony, who was juggling the garlic, slipped on the banana that my gal Sal dropped. Tony's garlic landed on the potatoes, and Tony landed on Tessie. Tessie landed on the potatoes, and they were really smashed, so that was okay. Then Rover found that Tessie had set the ice cream on the stove, and it had all melted. Fortunately, no one likes smashed potatoes without gravy, so things worked out just fine.
You eat your meal, but it tastes mighty peculiar. Let's go check out our room.
If you want to get into your room or the inn late at night, you'll need a key. Here you are.
And here we are. Home away from home. But not, in this case, away from Gnome. Opening the bottom drawer, you find a spare bed sheet. You borrow the sheet in case you need it later. That doesn't count against me being a paladin. I guess. I'm a reasonably honorable person. Also, they added sleep till evening, which we haven't seen since 2. Nice to have that back. Let's sleep until morning. Gotta finish exploring the city in the daytime when the shops are open. You awaken much refreshed early the next morning. That's true, I didn't get a choice about borrowing the sheet, and how was I supposed to know that opening a drawer would automatically steal it? But yes, it's borrowing if it's the one in the drawer, and it's stealing if it's the one on the bed. Let's have breakfast. Breakfast is very important.
The cooks have fixed something really special. Pancakes topped with fruit.
Sounds fine.
They started to make a salmon souffle, but they didn't have any salmon. They did get a good deal from Andre on some anchovies, though. Sal wanted to make a blueberry pie, but Merrick was selling bananas and grapes, so she made those into a pie instead. Just as Rover was taking the souffle out of the oven, Tony called Tessie a frumpy old toadstool, so she threw the pie at him. She got him square on the face, and the fruit pie pan fell on the souffle, squashing it flat. So now we have anchovy pancakes and baked fruit. Hope you like it.
The food smells odd and tastes odder. Let's...
Aloha, boy. Oi, you're a sight for shore eyes since I landed here. It's funny, honey, how I'd love to be with you. I've got this thing for you. I'm really into this. In fact, I was going to name this place the D Hotel. Welcome to D Hotel Calamira. You can enter any time you like, but you can never grieve, sort of thing. However, I decided to be more interesting. Take it easy, Ryder.
That inn is also bigger on the inside than the outside. It's possible that's just a Silmarian architectural thing. Let's go to the Adventurers Guild. It has a notice board, which says, "Hey man, need some energy? So do we. Bring the feathers of a Pegasus to the apothecary and we'll fix you up. Keep on truckin'." Interesting. Enter Rights of Rulership. Be King of Silmaria. Good job for best man or woman. Go to Hall of Kings. Help wanted. Lost. Small wicker basket. Last seen beach southwest of Silmaria. Return to Sarah the bead merchant. Small reward. And wanted help, which is different from help wanted. Regicide. Wanted for the crime of regicide, assassin of the King of Silmaria. Reward of 2,000 drachmas for information leading to arrest. Oh yes, of course. Logbook. Looking at the logbook over, you realize it is relatively new. You figure it was started when Toro, who we haven't seen yet, took over as Adventurer Guildmaster of Silmaria. If I read the logbook, the latest entry says, "I, Elsa von Spielberg, have come to Silmaria to win the rights of rulership and become ruler of this kingdom." Elsa? I haven't seen her since Game 1, which means... who knows how long that's actually been. The previous entry in this logbook has the following message. "I, Magnum Opus, warrior extraordinaire, shall soon rule all who are here. You are most privileged to be in my presence." He sounds like a charmer. A fairly recent entry in the logbook reads, "Kokino Pukamiso, guard of Silmaria, has become an adventurer so that he may compete in the rights of rulership. Silmaria shall have the ruler she deserves." The earliest entries mention something about the Dragon of Agnor, the Vicious Chicken of Bristol, and something about Sir not appearing in this picture. There are no other interesting entries in this logbook. Well, I'll sign, and that'll be one. You take the pen lying on the table, dip it into the octopus ink, and sign your name and quest into the book. As is my habit. It's gonna take some time to look at the decor around here. "The night is always darkest just before the pawn," says the suit of armor. Or, "I wouldn't send a knight out on a dog like this." It's the knight who says, "Ni wom. Ni." And back to the beginning. The writing on the plaque shimmers for a moment, then reads, "To unlock the mystic gate to untold riches and power, you have but to say the word that rhymes with orange." For a moment the writing on the plaque wavers, then reads, "He who would cross the sea of fate must answer me these questions 28. The writing on the plaque flashes for an instant, then reads, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go." The rest is indecipherable. Words rapidly scroll off the plaque, only to be replaced by new words. Most of the messages are too quick to read, but it looks like many of them are from adventurers named Kimmis, Mona, Osbloke, and Pegleg Willie, who I think were Sierra Online message board people back in the day. It's a numbskull. Oops, you have tried something we didn't think of. That's not an actual error, it's just intended to scare you. There's a lot of stuff on this walls. I'm not going to look at it all this time. I'll sort of do that in phases, I think. Let's talk to Toro.
Good see Hero Man. Good Hero Man here. Toro like Hero Man.
Hi, Toro.
Good see Hero Man. Like Silmaria. Feel like home. Like guild. Important job. Miss Elsa. Want Elsa be here more. Glad see you.
So Toro, of course, also in the first game where he was a mini-boss. But no hard feelings. I suppose since I'm a magic user by origin, I probably just cast Calm on him.
Good place talk adventure. Good place make body strong. Good place learn things. Good place.
That's the guild.
Toro come here. Guild guy ask Toro if adventurer. Toro say yes. Guild guy say Toro, guild master. Guild guy go, Toro stay. Toro, guild master. Come here with Elsa. No like man Elsa with. Stay here in Silmaria.
How's Elsa doing these days?
Elsa good. Elsa hero. Make brigands leave Spielberg. Fight brother all time. Brother dumb, but brother boss. Dumb boss, bad boss. Elsa leave Spielberg. Elsa come here be boss. Elsa good boss.
Sounds correct.
Man got money. Man got big house. Man got big boat. Man got Elsa. No like man.
I see.
Hope see hero man later. You good man.
Let's go this way. Hello, Fisher Dude.
Kalimera! That means good day here in Silmaria. Welcome to our city. I hope you find happiness on this island. I am Andre, a fisherman. I am also happy to ferry people to the nearby islands on my boat.
Hi, Andre.
Yassas! It is nice to see a new face around here.
Tell me about yourself.
I am out on this dock on most mornings. I fish for most of the day and evening, and come back in the night. I know the waters around Silmaria in my sleep. If you ever wish to go for a boat ride, I'll be happy to take you around the bay or to the nearby islands. Any further out than that, and boats are attacked by sea creatures. Most fishermen on Marit live in the villages outside town. That is, they used to live there. They have been driven from their homes by attacks from armed mercenaries. They have been driven from the sea by attacks from tritons and sea monsters, and most have left this island. I am the sole remaining Silmarian fisherman.
I have serious concerns about the effect of this on the local economy.
Tritons are half men, half fish people who live under the water. They used to be friendly and helpful to fishermen. Lately, though, they have attacked every ship that sails past the nearby islands. No one knows why they have become hostile. The mercenaries are armed soldiers who have been sailing into the fishing villages and driving all the fisherfolk away. They could invade the city any day.
And tell me about Silmaria.
Silmaria is the only city on the island of Marit. Marit is a large island, as you can see if you look on the map. In good years, you can sail around the entire island. And this is not a good year,
and the seas are too dangerous to travel that far.
Nice talking to you.
It was good speaking with you. Yasas!
I'm gonna skip this guy. Just for now. Nothing against him, really, but this is where I'm interested in being. Hi, dude.
What? Oh, what are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy? Name? What's a name, boy? I've been called a lot of things in my time. You can call me famous adventurer. That's mostly what I'm known as now.
I actually know relatively little about who the VAs are, even though I probably would recognize many, many names if I bothered to look them up for this one. The voice talent is pretty solid all around, which is good. If this were done with less professional folks, it would get really annoying. Hey, tell me about Silmaria.
You in town, huh? I was going to write a travel book about Silmaria sometime. Maybe I did. Just can't remember. Anyway, go see for yourself. Only way to learn. This is the famous Adventurers Correspondence School. You think this was the library of Silmaria? So you're a graduate of this school. I didn't think anyone ever read the crap I write.
That's a rather easy thing to have skipped over in the earlier games. The first one, you are, in fact, you learn to be an adventurer from the famous Adventurers Correspondence School, and now here he is, tying it all nicely together. Bye.
Got some advice for you, kid. Don't grow old. It ain't worth it.
Now, there are lots of books around. The books all seem to be manuals entitled How to Swim. They were written by the famous adventurer, copyright last year by Famous Adventurers Correspondence School Publishing. Gee, I know what I should do. Ask for his autograph. The famous adventurer signs the book and hands it to you to keep. Which means I can read it. After considerable study, you realize that you now have a basic idea of how to swim. And look at that, that translates to 100 points in swimming. Glancing through the book, you see many myths and legends of this land. This book looks fascinating. One story tells how Hercules defeated the monstrous Hydra with the help of his nephew Iolaus, who burned the Hydra's heads as Hercules chopped them off. Another story relates how Hercules went into the depths of Hades to rescue his friend's wife from the dead. One tale is of Daedalus, who made wings by placing wax and feathers on a wooded framework. He and his son Icarus used them to fly away from Merete. However, Icarus flew too close to the sun, thus melting the wings and plunging to his death. One story tells of how the winged horse Pegasus sprang from Medusa's blood, spilled when Perseus cut off the Gorgon's head. You come to the end of the book. All in all, the myths of this region are fascinating and well worth reading. Now this one. As you glance through the writings, you see instructions for building a balloon. The narrator intones, having purchased a quantity of cloth, I had my housekeeper sew the materials into the shape of a pomegranate. The writer further speaks, I managed to procure the sticky sap of a tree that had been burned for a long time. This made an excellent formula for windproofing the balloon material. The text goes on. I attached this balloon to a large basket by means of a rope. A metal brazier filled with coals provided the hot air to fill the balloon bag, causing the balloon to rise into the air. Near the end of the book you read, unfortunately, the nature of a balloon is to float wherever the wind will blow it. The next time I decide to travel in this manner, I will attach wings to the basket and thus control my passage. The end. Let's see. Here's another one. Browsing through the books, you see one about local legends of Merete. One legend tells of a man who returned to his fishing village after visiting a local tavern only to find his wife and family murdered. He died of grief, and his ghost haunts the taverns and inns of Merete. So that was the dude that I ran into at the dead parrot. A local legend tells of how Perseus slew the Gorgon Medusa, and from her blood arose a winged horse. Pegasus now flies the skies of Merete on the northern part of the island. Another legend tells tells how it is always good luck to put a coin in the fountain. You come to the end of the book and wonder if any of this information will be useful. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing an important one, but I don't remember which. Limericks, of course, very important. You read the first limerick. An arrogant man from Marit declared he would not face defeat. When he met with a foe who would make him eat crow, he would thus beat a quite fleet retreat. A musical maid from Marit was delicate, dainty, and neat. When she played with a band, she had drums at each hand, and she tooted a flute with her feet. This mamselle in Marit did everything quickly and fleet, for her tutor did say, when learning to play, if you blow on the flute, toot sweet. A handsome young hero from Greece, when in search of a fabulous fleece, got help from Medea, not the brightest idea, now he can't get a moment of peace. Etc. One pile of papers has a title page that reads the funniest jokes of punny bones. The rest of the pages are blank. Yeah, sounds correct. Yeah, okay. I think that's sufficient for now. And I will leave that gate unopened for now. I want to try to go around and have lots of conversations with people of note. I think the next place is the bank, which should be open now.
Greetings, and welcome to the First Bank of Silmaria. This is the safest place to keep your savings secure from pickpockets and thieves. Would you like to leave your money with me? Oh, it's you. I was told you were coming. Your friend set up a savings account in your name. Hefty sum of 500 drachmas. You've got some generous friends, let me tell you.
Hey there.
Hi there. Have you invested in your future? This is the place to save. I'm Sam the banker man. I own and run this bank. Would you like to make a deposit? The First Bank of Silmaria will keep your money safe and secure. Drachmas can get heavy when you carry too much of it, and you make yourself a target for every cut purse around. The Right of Rulership Fund is set up for the competition to become King of Silmaria. You need to contribute 1,000 drachmas in order to enter the Right of Rulership. Usually people have friends and relatives help raise that much cash. We have one fund which gets contributions from all the guards in Silmaria. It takes a lot of money to enter the Right of Rulership, but it is a great honor to compete to become king. Your savings will be kept in the most secure safe in all of Silmaria. The safe is equipped with the latest in modern locks and has a complex strap guaranteed to fry the robber foolish enough to try it. Thanks to your good friends, you've already got 500 drachmas in your account. That lion guy said that he and Erasmus the wizard were starting the savings account for you. They wanted you to enter the Right of Rulership. Man, you have strange taste in friends, but they sure make good ones. Silmaria is a great place to settle down and save a little for the future. Too many people forget how important a savings account can be, particularly adventurers. Adventurers think they can fight monsters forever. Next thing they know, they are begging in alleyways. A sad fate for a once respectable hero. So save today to keep the alleys away, I always say.
Getting a theme here. Have I mentioned I'm a hero?
I thought you looked familiar. Yeah, we met in Spielberg, where I was working the alley as a professional panhandler. It wasn't long after you left Spielberg that the pass cleared, and the tourists flocked back to town. I made a small fortune and said bye-bye to those cold climes. Came to Silmaria and needed some place to stash my cash, so I started my own bank. Seemed appropriate after all. I'm still asking others for their money. Our banking hours are dawn to dusk daily. When you save here, you know your money is safe.
I'm sure nothing could go wrong with that guy in charge of bank. How about this shop? Huh, there's no one here. Oh, wait.
Greetings, Prince of Shapir. My father Rakesh informed me of your arrival. I am Chakra Sotarna, and this is the magic shop of Silmaria.
Hello, Chakra.
Greetings unto you, wizard. I am a wizard like yourself. I apprentice with my mother, Krisha, and the enchantress Aziza of Shapir. I am specializing in object enchantment. My mother thinks highly of your magical skills. With several years of devotion to the art, you could become one of the most powerful of wizards. The enchantress Aziza is a very good teacher. She demands precision and dedication to the art of magic. I had to work very hard to please her, but I learned much.
Nice to get all this reminiscing about old friends.
I make mystic magnets and have made a magical charm bracelet that enhances a wizard's skills. I also create mana pills and mana potions.
I'm not going to ask about everything here, but...
The mystic magnets are a pair. You set one in a place of safety, a bedroom for example. You have only to use the other magnet upon yourself to teleport instantly back to the room with the other magnet. As you can tell, this can save your life when you are in danger. This is a land that is rich with magic. This island is rumored to have risen when Atlantis was destroyed eons ago. There are many magical items and weapons to be found here. Many merchants sell such items if they consider you to be trustworthy. What is a shop of magic without spells? However, you are an experienced wizard, and I have only a few spells that you are unlikely to have learned elsewhere. You freed Irana's soul from Avuzul. I grieve to learn that Irana is indeed dead, but I rejoice that her soul is at rest. This is my home and workshop, in addition to being a magic shop. If you are interested in purchasing something, just let me know. May you walk ever with wonder, wizard.
Let's, have a look at... We don't actually have any money right now. Studying the magical words, you make out the title, The Binding of the Dark. Though the pages are yellow and brittle with age, the words of the first page are powerful. I, Magister Aristotle, last sorcerer of Silmaria, speak now of the foul, dark magic bound beneath this island in the form of a red dragon. This is the doom of Atlantis that will one day rise again to destroy the world. Flipping through some of the pages, this passage catches your eye. 7 pillars bind the darkness to the bowels of the earth. Forged with blood and magic, only with blood can they be destroyed. As long as one dragon pillar still stands, the darkness cannot take shape, and thus cannot break the magical bindings. Again you turn some of the pages until this passage attracts your eye. The power of darkness lies deep within Marit's rocks. Its soul has been bound to the stone of prophecy. Unless the soul of doom drinks deep of lifeblood and feeds again upon death, the soul will remain in the prophecy stone. A few pages further you read this section. The Temple of Flames gave birth to such evil, and now lies buried deep with the dark. May it never again be disturbed, nor the Dragon of Doom rise from its flames. A study of one page reveals the following. With the willing sacrifice of the wizards of ancient Atlantis, the doom was bound. Only with the willing sacrifice of life and love may the dark dragon ever be destroyed. Near the end of the book you discern the following. As long as the dragon pillars stand and the stone of prophecy remains safe, the doom of Atlantis shall remain bound. If it should ever again be released, it cannot be bound again. Only through the total destruction of the dark dragon can the world be saved from annihilation. The final page of this book is blank. Okay, and
Oh,
how about this place?
Julinar, look! It's that prince person who told me about you. I'll never forget him. I can't tell you how happy I am that you told me about Julinar back in Tarna. Whatever your name is.
Welcome to our apothecary. I believe we have met before, although I was in quite another form at the time.
Oh, that's right. Julinar was a tree when you last saw her, wasn't she? Well, it's good to see you again.
Hi, Salim. Haven't seen you since 3, which...
Hi. It's so good to see you again. I really have to thank you for telling me about Julinar. She's everything I dreamed she would be. I left Tarna and went all the way to Shapir by boat. I followed your directions, and there I found Julinar, all alone in the desert, just like you told me. I guess even trees get lonely. So I camped out there and talked to her, gave her some hugs and some really good plant food I brewed. Her leaves really perked up with my kind words. Then I awoke one night and the tree was gone. There sat the girl of my dreams in her place. I was totally thrilled, even if I did kind of miss the tree. We've been together ever since.
Aww. So telling Salim about Julinar in the 3rd game... is, I think... well, it's necessary to the sort of the official plot anyway.
We're doing a good business here. The plants just love this place and grow really well. We like making people happy too.
And Salim is delightful, really.
This is such a wonderfully cosmic place to be. I'm really glad we came here. Come back soon. You need to mellow out a little more. Put some flowers in your hair, that sort of thing.
Hi, Julinar. Haven't ever had a conversation with you before.
It is a great pleasure to see you. You have been most kind to me. It is good to be human again. In the form of a tree, you can learn great wisdom, but it is the knowledge born of solitude. I now enjoy greatly the company of others. I am mastering the arts of healing both the body and the soul. Salim is a man of great kindness and heart. I am deeply happy with him. With Salim's knowledge of potions and pills and my healing abilities, we have much business here.
And how about Silmaria?
This land is so much more alive than the deserts I grew up in. It is so green and lush that it soothes the soul.
You said it, Julinar. Plants make people happy.
If you are ever injured, I will be honored to heal you.
Good to know. And while I'm here, you pick yourself some peppers from your generous friend's supplies. Whew, that's everyone except the weapon dude. And of course, anything outside of town. Let's see. I won't go out that way yet because I need I need money. And a logical place to go when one needs money is, of course, outside the city, where there are monsters. Let's apply our protection spell. Good practice. And let's go over here. The spell is so busted. Where's the last one? Seriously, Frostbite is way too effective. I love it. Bunch of weapons and armor. Let's go over here and try the same thing. You feel that there are 2 goons nearby. Just punch the guy in. Some money, some healing pills. There's a beehive here. You take some wax from the beehive. Oh yeah, and one other thing I guess I can do. Let's do a little exploring here, and the hair on the nape of your neck rises as you feel that there are 2 granglers in the area. Seriously though, Frostbite is amazing. And what's this? It looks like a basket. So now I just have to find the exit. There we go. And I'll head back to Silmaria. Can't sell that stuff or return the basket at this point because it is evening already. I am luckier and more vital. So let's take a nap. To actual evening. Head back to the inn. And I think I have to... There's a timer on when Gnome Ann will feed you the next meal, and I haven't quite worked out how long it takes, but...
The cooks have fixed something really special. Pancakes topped with fruit. They started to make a salmon just
same thing again. I appear to have connection issues today, which is unfortunate, but hopefully it's not too spotty. Good night's sleep. Breakfast, and I'll go and sell some loot and be able to afford to buy some things, and that'll be better.
We're having goulash. You don't want to know. You really don't want to know.
You eat it. You've tasted worse. Hello, Andre. How are you this fine day?
Calimera, are you interested in taking a boat ride today? Yasas, that is the Silmarian greeting. I am well, as always. My boat can be rented any morning before I go off to fish. I catch only a few fish each day. This is a bad time of year, for the large fish swim to deep water. Only the small fish remain near the shallows. The large fish are very good to eat. There's more meat than bone upon them, and they are easier to scale. Small fish are usually young fish who are avoiding the bigger predators. I use a rope net to catch them. For anchovies, I must use a cloth net. I mostly use anchovies to attract bigger fish, but they can be eaten. Would you like some? I am happy to share. Here, take a few.
Gee,
Yasa,
thanks.
that is the Silmarian farewell.
You here to enter the rite of rulership? Most of the newcomers are here for it right now. Fools, it's going to take a real warrior to become king of Silmaria. Yeah, welcome to sunny Silmaria. What do you want?
He's friendly.
I'm Bolus, weaponsmith and weapon seller. You need a good weapon, you go see me. You got a spare weapon you want to get rid of? I may decide to buy it. If it's about weapons, I'm the person you want to deal with. You want to see my weapons? Show me you've got the cash, and I'll show you my stuff.
Super friendly.
There's a strong warrior in town who calls himself Magnum Opus. He knows how to use real weapons. There's also a big, ugly guy that hangs around with the scientists. I don't see that he's got any weapons, but I hate to mess with the size of those fists. Then there's a woman. I can't believe a woman thinks she can become king here. Kings are men, not dames. She'll learn her lesson soon enough. If you play in the big leagues, you've got to be tough. The rights of rulership are not for wimps. They prove who is the finest man suited to become the king. You've got to be tough to be the king of Silmaria. Brains and brawn, the best combination for the true warrior. You're a hero? Wouldn't know it to look at you. You'll have a chance to prove it around here. Just enter the rights of rulership, and we'll see who's a hero. You know where to look if you're looking for weapons.
These arrows.
Nice dealing with you. You think I'm made of money? I won't pay more than this for it. Hey, I won't pay more than this for it. This is my final offer.
Okay.
We got a deal. Nice dealing with you.
That's better. No, I think I'll go and immediately spend that.
Welcome again to the magic shop.
Stick magnets.
I thank you for doing business with me.
Important. Let's get the resistance spell here.
I thank you for...
And now I face the most important decision in the whole game. Which magnet do I put in here? I think the red one. Carefully place one of the magical magnets in the chest. You can now use the other magnet to transport yourself here. Whee! And that. Will allow me to go further afield and do more interesting things. But I'm honestly not sure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to return this basket.
My basket, oh thank you. I had given up upon ever seeing it again. It was made by my grandmother, and it was given to me when I was still a kitten. I cannot thank you enough for this. Here is the reward of which I wrote in my notice at the Adventurers Guild.
Sarah hands you
I
a shell
know it
necklace.
is not much of a reward, but it is a token of my eternal friendship. Thank you again.
I'm all about being friends with the Kata forever. Alright, let's... save. And let's leave it there for today. Hopefully I'll have a better connection next time. Till then, be seeing ya.